only time. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day and night I'm yours, leave me never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. Oh, come on! I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day and night I'm yours, leave me never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. All day and all of the night. All day and all of the night.
It wasn't a formulaic thing, the follow-up, All Day and All of the Night. It was actually written with my music publisher standing over my shoulder saying, we must, literally in this accent, we must have another hit. And I started thumping out the chords for All Day and All of the Night when I just had the same chords as You Really Got Me, but stuck an odd middle chord, B flat, into it. And it just went from there. I think also we were touring a lot, the band were on a high, and that also helps you write when the band's very energized and there's great unity in the band. It's like a soccer team, you know, when they're really on form, the luck goes with you.
bit scruffy. You know, you have to remember the Beatles were they had long hair, but it was all very, I mean, we were sort of like scruffy, and I had shoulder length hair. You have to remember, it wasn't just the music, it was a fashion thing. The whole thing about the early 60s was fashion. You know, me and Pete would go into old women's sort of hat shops and wear hats. And then a week or a month later it'd be on a fashion magazine, me in a stupid hat. And people thought, wow, you know, I was still a kid. I was like 15 when we had the #1 record. Nobody ever heard anything like it. You have to remember, before that, it was like an explosion.
Once I've written the song, made the record, it really isn't mine anymore. And it's yours because it's your take on something I've said. It's like, it's not being taken out of context, but so it's you that makes the decision to remember it.
Met a girl, fell in love, glad as I can be. Met a girl, fell in love, glad as I can be. But I think all the time, is she true to me? 'Cause there's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl. I found out I was wrong, she was just too timing. I found out I was wrong, she just kept on lying. Now she tries to tell the truth, and I just can't believe. 'Cause there's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl. Tell me, who can I turn to, just who can I believe? I try to put her out of my mind, she'll only cause me grief. I love that girl, whatever she's done, you know it hurts me deeply. 'Cause there's nothing in this world that stop me worrying about that girl. I know she's been with other fellas, why she keep on lying? It hurts me so when she says nothing, I really feel like dying. I ache inside every time I think, I know it's just my pride. 'Cause there's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl. 'Cause there's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl.
Everybody, welcome to part 2 of my Kinks UK album deep dive. In this series, I'm going to be focusing exclusively on their 60s albums. I've had a lot of requests to do 70s and 80s, but one thing at a time. We'll get there eventually. But today I'm talking about their second UK studio album, Kinda Kinks. Now, this was released in the UK on March 5th, 1965, but it would not be released in the US until August 11th, 1965. That was because in March of 1965, in the US, we got the compilation Kinks Size, which took some leftover tracks from the first Kinks album that were left off from the UK release, and it also includes their second smash single, All Day and All of the Night, as well as another hit single, Tired of Waiting for You, which would appear on Kinda Kinks. The Kinks' second single, All Day and All of the Night, was released on October 23rd, 1964, and reached number 2 in the UK and number 7 in the US, while their third single, Tired of Waiting for You, which does appear on Kinda Kinks, was released January 15th in the UK and February 17th in the US. It had actually been recorded for the first album, but was held over for the second album because at that stage they kind of realized the song's hit potential, and so they wanted to save it for a future release. And that's a thing that you have to remember. Back in the early 60s, nobody expected this rock and roll British invasion to have any staying power, not even the Beatles or the Stones. People were just waiting for the bottom to drop out, for people to get tired of this British rock and roll phase and move on to something else. So the record companies were trying to very hurriedly rush out product, as much product as they could, to capitalize on the hit potential of these bands who they just saw as flash in the pan. And the same held for the Kinks. Immediately after they finished their Asian tour in February of 1965, they were rushed into the studio. They completed the album and released it within 2 weeks of the completion of that tour. And then they were back on tour again with hardly time to catch their breath. Now, the Kinks have said they were never happy with the production on Kinda Kinks because it was so rushed. They said there was many mistakes that were left on the record, which they cringe now when they go back and listen to it. As for me, I don't know. I'm a little bit more forgiving. I'm not sure that this album is terrible in the production department, but again, if it is, you can't blame them given the hurried production schedule that they were under. But we start to see an improvement in Ray Davies' songwriting. Now there are only 2 covers on here, Nagging Woman and Dancing in the Street. The rest are either Ray Davies or Dave Davies compositions. So just as the Beatles were becoming more skilled in their songwriting with their second album with the Beatles, the same for the Kinks with Kinda Kinks. Now, it's still not as strong as what we would get in the later portion of the 60s from Ray Davies, but still, it's a far cry from the songs Ray Davies was writing for the first album. And not exclusively. Yeah, there are a couple of duds on this record. I'm not going to say it's my favorite Kinks album. It's definitely going to fall near the bottom of their 60s output. But it's still a fun and enjoyable album that I do occasionally listen to. Okay, so like I did with the first episode that I did on the Kinks, I'm just going to play each song track by track, give you my impressions of each of the songs, what I enjoy about them or what I dislike about them. So, kicks off with the Ray Davies composition, Look For Me Baby. It's a decent song. I do enjoy this one. As an album opener, I gotta say, it does, for me, I think it's a really good, at least for this stage of the Kinks' career. I like it better than most of the tracks that were on their first album. Lyrically, nothing really substantial there, but I love the vocal harmonies here too. You don't hear many people talking about those early Kink vocal harmonies, but they're really, in many ways, the hook that kind of draws you in on this song in particular. So, Look For Me Baby. They perform it well. It's as good as anything on the Stones' second album or the Beatles' second album, whatever. It's one of the, there's strides being made in the songwriting department by Ray Davies. So the next track is Got My Feet on the Ground, and this is a co-write between Ray Davies and Dave Davies.
I want a lot, but I know my limitations. Guess I want a lot of things that got my inclination. Got my feet on the ground, and I'm standing on my own. I don't need no one. I don't need no one. don't know her. I don't need no one, but I don't need nobody else. All I need is a single ticket. When I travel on my own, nothing to be alone. I got my feet upon the ground, and I'm standing on my own. When I travel from.
All right, I like this one too. It's got Dave Davies on vocal, obviously, and I'm going to like anything with Dave Davies on vocal. It's got another garage rock feel to it. He sings it very earnestly. It's got a driving rhythm to it. I do like it. And again, nothing really all that magnificent, but it's still, as a second song, it kind of is propelling the album forward. I like Got Your Feet on the Ground. It's a very brief song, but I do like it. There's not really any chorus that you can identify, but as a piece of music that doesn't overstay its welcome, I gotta say it's pretty cool. All right, the next track is Nothing in the World Can Stop Me Worrying About That Girl. Already got the rhyme in the song title itself. And this, you could argue, was probably Ray Davies' first song that broke kind of the Kinks mold up to this point. It's a bit of folk rock, which in 1965 was kind of the year of folk rock. There's something very interesting about this song. It definitely stands out from the rest of the tracks here. And it doesn't even sound like it belongs on this album.
I fell in love, glad as I can be. Let the girl fell in love, bad as I can be.
There's so much to love about the song. Like, where do I even start? I love Ray's vocal on here. It's so tender. It's so plaintive. It's so heartfelt. It's so sincere. I love the acoustic. It's kind of like an acoustic blues riff that goes throughout the song. I love the little bit of percussion, kind of that tapping percussion. The bass is magnificent. It's just an awesomely cool piece of music. The first really, and I know we're going to call You Really Got Me All Day of the Night and that classic Kinks, but in terms of an expansion on the Kinks sound, this song really is a step up in Ray's songwriting. The fourth track is a cover, Naggin' Woman, which was a Jimmy Anderson, Jerry West song.
You know you keep on nagging, babe, complaining all living and saying the reason why you keep on nagging is because you found another man. So keep on nagging, woman, nagging this woman in the sand. Why don't me to just stop you nagging? You're gonna find another man. You know you got to do the blame with me.
Okay, they might not quite be the Rolling Stones in terms of delivering a convincing blues cover, but it's all right. I'm not in love with the vocal necessarily. To me, it's a bit of filler. It is, okay, Ray and Dave can't write enough songs to fill an album, so let's just kind of toss off a blues cover. Nothing special about that song at all. Number 5 track on side 1 is Wonder Where My Baby Is Tonight.
Where my baby is tonight, I wonder where my baby is tonight. I wonder where my baby's gone. Hope she'll do no wrong. Looking for my baby, she's not around. I wonder where my baby is tonight. I wonder what on earth my baby's doing. If she's not at home, there's trouble brewing. If she really loves me, she'll believe in what I said. Tried hard to find out where my baby is tonight. If she's not at home, I better go.
Okay, I gotta say, any song that starts off with that do 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 do, that kind of that Sesame Street. It's been overdone to death. So many bands have used that as the rhythm, and I just gotta say, I can't stand it. Lyrically, it's about as lame as you can get. Goes nowhere, nothing interesting here at all. It's filler, it's throwaway. Not a fan of that one at all. The rhymes are so cliche. It's really forgettable and just pretty much takes up space on the album. However, side one closes out with what I consider to be another masterpiece of a song by the Kinks, their hit single, Tired of Waiting for You. So it starts off, and right away, that vocal hook on the you, that vocal hook right there completely sells the song. If you didn't have that hook, it'd just be kind of like, okay, no different from any of the other songs really on side one, but that totally sells it. And the structure of this song I've always found very interesting. Like, is that the chorus right there? The opening? There's three distinct sections of this song that all flow together really well. So you got this first part right here. Tired of waiting for you. I was a lonely soul. I had nobody till I met you. And so what is this part right here? I'm just wondering, like, is it the first verse? Is it a bridge? Exactly what is it? And I'm not complaining. I love the way that that's structured because you've got these three separate pieces right here. So this is part two, and then it segues right into another part, and it's like, well, what is this? It's just I guess what I'm trying to say, it's an unusual structure for a song. It's not verse, chorus, middle eight, verse, chorus. It's just a really interesting song. And I know it's been kind of played to death, but I never get tired of hearing this song. So anyway, we're in part two, and then we segue into part three. But you keeping me waiting all of the time. What can I do? Now we're into part three. It's your life, and you can do what you want. The segue too. The segues are so seamless. Like all the there's some songs where the three parts, they kind of clumsily fit together, but they're interwoven so beautifully. So we get that Tired of Waiting for You hook, and then right into what I presumed. I don't know. I can't even presume what they are, but I love each section. Stands on its own. There's something to recommend about each beautiful section of this song. So tired of waiting for you. I was a lonely soul. I had nobody till I met you. And each of these, and I know I'm spending a lot of time on this song because it's one of my favorite Kinks songs. You could have split this song up into three parts and made separate songs from each of the parts. That's how hook-filled they are. That's how melodic they are. That's how gorgeous each of these three parts are. So I'm not going to go through each because I already played at the beginning of this video. But I just wanted to show why I love that song so much. Okay, Okay, now we're going to move on to side two. And the first song, God Help Us, is a cover of Dancing in the Street. I don't know why so many UK bands felt the need to cover this song. The Who did a version of it for the BBC, which is terrible. And now the Kinks, they take a stab at it, but it's really weak. This is the sound of a band who resents the fact that they got pushed back into the studio. They're delivering what is the most lifeless cover of a Motown song that arguably any British invasion band has ever executed, put on tape. Anyway, the album's called Kinda Kinks. I think that song kinda stinks, actually. Not a fan of it. So let's move on to the next song on side two, which is Don't Ever Change. Lyrically, it's pretty lame. I mean, again, it shows the duress that these songs were written under. This one in particular, I like the musically, it's interesting. Lyrically is where I think the song falls short. So for me, side two doesn't get off to that promising of a start. However, song three, Come On Now, I like this one substantially better than the first two tracks on side two.
Come on now, come on, let the music get you moving, and let them see that you're not losing. See the clock is getting late now, get your coat and fix your face, so come on now.
And this song does borrow heavily from some other guy, the Richie Barrett song, which if you see those old cavern clips of the Beatles.
Some of the guy now, they're taking my love away from me. Oh, now, some of the guy now, they're taking away my sweet desire. Now, some of the
So musically, it rips off some other guy, but still, I like the vocal. The way that they perform it is strong. No, it's not the best thing on the album. It's not one of the best things the Kinks would ever do. I don't know that it would even make my Kinks top 50 songs of all time, but at least it's better. There's more. They sell the song better than the first two tracks, so I will give it that. Okay, the next track is probably one of the best. Okay, there's two great songs on side two. This is one of them, and it's called So Long.
So long, now I'm on my way. So long, see you all someday. Don't know where I'm heading for. Turn my back and walk away. Don't think about what's left behind. Otherwise, think about the good times. Think about the people you love. Think about the sun, but it's gone.
This song, and Nothing in the World Can Stop Me Worrying About That Girl, had to have in some way influenced the Beatles. It's got more of that kind of acoustic folk rock vibe to it, which they do it so beautifully. This song and Nothing in the World are magnificent Ray Davies songs and light years better than the stuff that we got on the first album. That's what I'm talking about. Like his progression as a songwriter, already Ray Davies is starting to churn out some excellent, excellent songs. And So Long is one of them. I gotta play it. I gotta play some more of the song. I absolutely love it.
It's gone, and there ain't no use me talking about the things we used to do. So long, I'm better by myself. So long, don't need nobody else. If I feel from people's hearts that I left them far behind, there's one thing that haunts me still, and I'm thinking.
I love Ray's vocal on here too. I love when he gets into that gentle vocal delivery, but I hear a lot of I've just seen a face in this song. So don't tell me that the Beatles were not influenced by some of the tracks on this record. And that's why I think this is a much better album already than the first album was. Not that I dislike the first album, but this one, the songwriting is just elevated so far above the first one. And that song in particular, I absolutely love. Okay, the next song is You Shouldn't Be Sad. That vocal hook right there, those vocal harmonies turn what would otherwise be kind of an average, ordinary song into something way more special. I love those vocal harmonies. They hook you in because you're thinking, okay, this song is enjoyable enough. And then those vocal harmonies hit and you're like, holy shit, I love this song. I'm going to back that up a little bit.
And you see, I'm in paradise. I feel alright. I feel okay. 'Cause I'm in love. I'm in love. And you shouldn't be sad. People say that love can do funny things. But I say, I'm gonna take what the future brings. I feel alright.
So way to salvage the side of an album. Side 2 started out like, oh my God, this side is going to be terrible. And then they managed to resurrect it. This second half of side 2 is some of my favorite early Kinks tracks here because you see that progression. You see the growth, not only in the songwriting, but in the performance, the hooks. All of it is working together. All right, the last song on side 2 is another mini masterpiece, Something Better Beginning.
They said this was a last dance. The lights went dim as I looked on the floor. Then I saw you standing there. Then I walked up to you and I asked for this dance. The band had started to play. I held your hand, then I sighed. Is this the start of another heartbreaker or something better beginning? Something better beginning. Something better beginning.
It's just majestic. The vocal, like Ray's vocal, has it ever sounded better than on that song? He really lets loose. Like, Ray Davies is not known as one of these powerful, beautiful singers, but on that song, he nails it. And I love the majesty of it. It's like a Brill Building song. It's like a girl group song. It's like a Phil Spector. I'd love to have heard what Phil Spector would have done with a song like that, because it's just gorgeous. I love it. What a way to close out what is an uneven album, but definitely a more enjoyable album for my money than the first Kinks album. So anyway, that's my take on Kinda Kinks. Let me know what you think of it. Am I being too kind, too harsh? Whatever. Thanks for watching, and take care.
Pay that man his money.
I mean, this song and nothing in the world can stop me thinking about this song, and nothing in the world can stop me This song and nothing in the world can stop me worrying about that girl